Welcome back, focused learners. Okay, today we're digging into a fascinating and, well, frankly, alarming investigation covered by the Louis Rossmann channel featuring security researcher James Arnott. In this explainer, we are taking a hard look at an invisible threat sitting right inside your web browser. We're talking about browser extensions that are acting as digital spies, quietly harvesting your most sensitive information while pretending to be completely harmless utilities. So, it brings up a question we all need to ask ourselves right now. Are your private AI chats actually private? You know, when you're typing away on ChatGPT or Claude, maybe bouncing some ideas around or pasting in sensitive work documents for quick analysis, you probably assume that conversation is strictly between you and the AI, right? Well, as this investigation reveals, there might literally be a silent third party reading every single prompt you send and every response you receive. So the crucial point is exactly what kind of data is walking out the back door. We're not just talking about your basic browsing history here. Oh no. These malicious extensions are capturing full URLs. And think about what a full URL actually contains. It can include direct links to your private Google Sheets, unlisted Google Docs, one-time password reset links, and highly sensitive DocuSign documents. And on top of the whole shebang, they are scooping up your private AI chat messages verbatim. Absolutely everything. Here is our investigation dossier for today's explainer. We'll cover 1. The hidden data thieves, 2. How the heist works, 3. The privacy policy lie, 4. The system failure, 5. Catching the spies, and finally, 6. How to report them. All right, let's jump right into section 1. The hidden data thieves, spies hiding in plain sight. Okay, let's dive into this. A wild thing here is that we aren't talking about shady, underground applications you find on dark web forums. We are talking about seemingly innocent browser tools. For instance, CSS restylers. These are extensions whose entire stated purpose is just to make a web page look nicer, maybe by changing the background color or updating the font. It's kind of like hiring a decorator to put up some wallpaper, and suddenly they demand a copy of your personal diary. An extension designed strictly to tweak CSS on a website has absolutely no legitimate reason to collect the personal data inside your AI chat, yet that is exactly what they are doing under the hood. And the scale of this? It is staggering. We aren't talking about obscure tools with a dozen installs. Some of these offending extensions actively collecting user data have over 700,000 users. In some cases, they boast over 1 million active users. That is a massive, massive footprint of compromised data happening right now. Moving on to section 2, how the heist works, the 5-step smuggling operation. To understand the mechanism here, think of it like a rogue mailroom operation, a data smuggler analogy. First, you have the watcher. The extension quietly monitors the full URLs you visit and the chats right on your screen. Then comes the shredder. These extensions put your data through a complex 5-step obfuscation process, using advanced techniques like base64 encoding and AES 256 encryption. It basically mangles the text so heavily that it becomes completely unreadable to manual reviewers or security researchers. Finally, we have the drop, where the scrambled, unreadable package is silently transmitted back to an external server. By shredding the data first, they sneak right past the platform's security checks. But, wow, here is where it gets incredibly dangerous. It's a mechanism called remote config. Remote config basically means the extension received its instructions from an external server after it's already installed on your machine. As researcher James Arnott points out, the server decides what data to collect on any given day. So today, the remote config might tell the extension, hey, collect AI chats. But tomorrow, the creators could silently flip a switch and order the exact same extension to start scraping your screen for AWS credentials or other sensitive logins. It makes the extension totally unpredictable. Section 3. The privacy policy lie, spotting the contradiction. Now, you might be wondering how you can actually spot these. You don't need a computer science degree to identify a malicious extension. And this brilliantly illustrates the trick they use. Step 1. Check the Google Chrome Web Store page. These developers will often use huge fonts to proudly claim their product does not sell your personal data. But step 2, click through to their actual off-site privacy policy. If that legal text openly admits to collecting, disclosing, and selling your personal information, well, you found the contradiction. It's a direct, undeniable contradiction hiding right in plain sight. This matters immensely because of what the platform's own rules say. The Chrome Web Store's user data FAQ clearly states, a product that's collecting browsing activity for any non-user-facing purpose is not permitted. Grabbing your private ChatGPT conversation definitely doesn't help a CSS extension change the color of a web page, right? So by simply checking for this contradiction between the store claim and the offsite policy, any regular user can catch a bad actor without ever needing to read a single line of messy, obfuscated code. Which brings us to Section 4, the system failure, the enforcement loophole. According to the source, even when these extensions get caught red-handed, they exploit a massive loophole in the system. Here is exactly how it plays out. First, the extension is reported for data theft. In response, the store might temporarily remove the extension's featured badge. Take that, right? Well, not exactly. The developer doesn't actually remove the tracking code. Instead, they literally just rename the data collection endpoint. They change it from something obvious like collect AI chats to something super generic. After this tiny cosmetic change, the extension is simply reapproved, the badge is restored, and the spying continues completely uninterrupted. The source highlights a really ironic contrast here. You might actually recall the recent push to Manifest v3, which was a major update to browser extension architecture. The whole justification for this transition, which, by the way, heavily restricted the capabilities of ad blockers, was to protect user security and stop remote code execution. Yet, under this exact same Manifest v3 architecture, extensions with over 1 million users are actively harvesting and selling personal data, blatantly lying about it, and remaining online even after being reported. Quite the discrepancy. Section 5. Catching the spies. Using AI for defense. Now, for the cool part, let's look at James Arnott's methodology. He is essentially using AI to fight these AI spying tools. Because the malicious code is so heavily compressed and mangled by that shredder process we talked about, manual review is just impossible. So Arnott first scrapes the web store for extension updates. Then, he feeds the code into large language models, instructing the AI to deobfuscate and analyze the text. If the AI flags suspicious behavior, he moves to step 3, running the extension in a secure, isolated sandbox to actually watch and record the data exfiltration in real time. It is just a fantastic example of using modern AI tools for defensive threat intelligence. Finally, Section 6, how to report them. Taking actionable steps. All right, if you want to make sure these bad actors are held accountable and help clean up the ecosystem, here is exactly how you can report them effectively. Step 1, visit the consumerrights.wiki page dedicated to this issue. Step 2, scroll down until you find the comprehensive table listing the specific offending extensions. Step 3, go directly to the Chrome Web Store pages for those extensions and report them. And here's the pro tip. When you file the report, make absolutely sure to include the links to both the wiki article and the blog post from amibeingpwned.com. Providing this concrete evidence makes it much harder for reviewers to just ignore the violations. Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this explainer, from hidden data smugglers to the exact steps you can take to stop them. As you close this out and get back to your day, I want to leave you with one final thought. Before you hit send on that next confidential work document or personal query, take a hard look at the top right corner of your browser and ask yourself, who is really reading your next AI prompt? Check your extensions, check their policies, and stay focused. See you in the next explainer.